Jello, Jello. Good morning, good morning, good morning.
Morning.
Good morning.
How you
Did you
guys doing?
Good morning.
How you guys doing? Good?
Doing
Doing
great.
good.
It looks like we're still waiting for more people to hop on. This call is for senior advocates and above. I'm just sending out this last message to them too myself. Go ahead and send out that message. Oh yeah. All right, hold on. Let me drop this.
You
mute.
still yelling no back there?
All right. We're just waiting for a few more people to hop on. 1 second. We are. So, all right. So, what's up, Chelsea? What's up, Tina? Tina, I know you and Geraldine gonna crush it today. So we're gonna make this in and out. So definitely get your senior advocates and above. I almost think we should have had this now for the entire everybody, but some people it will kind of go over their head a little bit with some of this because they're so brand new. So we got myself, we have Mr. James Johnson, we have Miss Michelle Kofer. I was looking for Mr. Hester. Let me make Michelle co-host. Let me make James co-host. And we just really wanted to have a conversation with everybody, just give everybody an update collectively. I don't see Apostle yet. I guess I'll wait for him to hop on. So I guess I'll take I'll give you guys an update, and I'll pass it over to James, and also he'll pass it to Michelle, or we'll all collaboratively have a conversation. But we definitely, all three of us collectively in the entire leadership core, wanted to give you guys some updates. Michelle and James, you guys are definitely open to unmuting. You guys are both co-hosts. That way we can make sure everybody has the best understanding. So 3 things we'll talk about today: vision, we're going to talk about the comp plan, and we're going to also talk about the new intake process. I want to start at the new intake process because I believe, as we're growing, there's going to be turbulence, right? Because when a client enrolls, they get the welcome call, right? And then after that welcome call, then they go through whatever they have to go through, and then they send them to the attorney. I do believe, and I've got a lot of feedback on this, there are some clients that the new intake form that we have now, they're asking a lot more intricate questions to even determine if they need to go to the attorney, right? Or the next step would be push over to the 609 letters to start the dispute process. Those of us who came early, remember, it was different at the beginning. And I like that because now they can get right into, what we all know, right? Knocking out the actual dispute process. And then they could hopefully talk to the attorney, because what started to happen, and it has already started happening with clients right now. Now, what I noticed when I noticed it started to happen was when I started getting emails from the company about the 609 letters going out with that customer. So I was excited because that's going to push them along even faster. And this is another series of questions that they're going to ask them as well, besides their goals and things of that nature, and make sure they have their documents loaded. But I think one of the most important updates is that intake process is a little different. Just think about every company or every entity. When you go into a restaurant, you don't realize this, but they have somebody as a host. That's kind of like intake. They're going to ask you questions, how many dining, right? Where you want to sit? Is everybody here? So same concept when they get enrolled for the program. And I really believe having that process will make it easier for the client to understand. But at the same time, it won't bog down the schedule for the attorney, right? Because if they schedule everybody for the attorney, right, that can kind of clog up the scheduling for the attorney when some people should have started off in a different avenue. So maybe Michelle and James can kind of chime in on that first nugget that we just talked about. I'm sure I left a lot out, but I would love y'all to chime in or anything I missed.
No, I think you pretty much covered it. Just knowing
Yeah.
that, go ahead, James.
No, I was just agreeing with you. Yep.
Yeah, the Pat and her team, Pat Karras, brings a lot of experience to the company, so we can just know that we're in trusted hands, and they're going to be, more aggressive on the credit side, because that's kind of what so many of us are looking for. So everything you said, Coach, already.
Perfect. So, and I think that's critical. And I want y'all to think about something, because myself, James, Michelle, we're on a meeting, and Chet said something very interesting. He's like, first of all, just think about this. The company been around since 2018, but remember, they didn't have the MLM side. We changed the entire dynamic of the company. So I want you to think about that. So now they're going from maybe 10, 20 people a week to hundreds, right? So, and what does that mean? We got to be patient with the process, right? We're gonna go through some growing pains. There's gonna be some turbulence, but where we're all positioned, it's just gonna be amazing for all of us because of where we're positioned. And then also, even with those growing pains, they're gonna be adding more attorneys. As you guys can see, if you haven't figured that out, there's a lot of people that are being added to the forefront, meaning tools in place, people that are in place, like even more attorneys, because there's more advocates, there's more members that's being added. So you may not get the same attorney. Your client may not get the same attorney, right? But what is also happening is the note process. So each attorney knows, that last conversation, so everybody could be on the same page. So that's the other thing that I love about the updated process and what's going on, because all of us, and I see, a lot of us are seasoned veterans. If a client has a challenge, who the first person they calling? Look at Tina. I already see Tina's face. Chelsea, like, they calling us. They calling us, right? They calling us, right? So we are the front line. So it's very, very important. And I, we all on the same chord, and that's very, very important that we make sure we have all that together, and we want to be equipped. So if a client reaches out to us, quick story, I had a client reach out to me, and she was like, hey, she said, I didn't get a call from the attorney. So I said, you sure you didn't get a call from the attorney? She said, no, I didn't get a call from the attorney. Now, mind you, I can be reactive, right? When it comes, especially when it comes to my people, like I'm about to call, boy, everybody gonna get a call. Like what? The whole time she did get the call, she missed the call. So what I want to tell you, anytime your clients or your members tell you something, I want you as the leader to hold the fort. You got to hold the fort down. Like, look, you know what? First of all, I apologize. I'm sorry, my bad. But let me look into that. And before I even got back word from the company, she had already told me, oh yeah, you know what, they did call. So here's what I want to tell you, to tell your team and also yourself. This is a trick that I started doing. Anytime I sign up a member or advocate, they got to save the company phone number in their phone. Because what sometimes happen is, depending on your carrier, it may come up scam likely. You may not even get the call, or it may get the call and they'll go straight to voicemail. So I told her, and I tell everybody, save the company's number in your phone. So when a company do call, with the attorney call, you can get it. And if you miss it, you can always reschedule it. Right. And I think that's one of the things that we got to continue to get better at, because we want to make sure it's perfect for the clients, and they don't know, right, that we're growing very, very fast. But I want us all to be on the same page of what we're telling our clients, man, because We want to make sure they have the good experience, but we also want them to know that it's okay, right? It's like, it's all good. We're gonna make it right. And you just call and reschedule your appointment. And, you know, I think that's a good way to look at it, but I want us to hold it for it. James, I see you wanted to chime in on that.
Yes, sir, Coach Cav. First,
I
I
see
just
it.
wanted to say, man, I appreciate you. Happy birthday, King.
Thank
You
you,
know,
man.
so absolutely. And so listen, guys, and this is a leadership call, right? So we're gonna talk leadership. And we have to make sure that, like Coach Cav just said, that we're all on the same page, right? The first thing I think is when we all came over to Debt Cleanse, we were super excited because we could say attorney, right? And we all thought that saying attorney was the fix all to credit repair, right? Or it was going to make it even better. But some of our clients don't even need the attorney; they just need a dispute process. So what I wanted to chime in with is just make sure that when you're selling the membership, yeah, you could talk about the attorney, but make sure you keep it simple and understand that there's two parts to it, right? You know, my wife does a real good job of going through and talking to her clients to make sure what they need, right? Don't just say, hey, we got attorneys and they do everything. And then that's the cure all. And then when they get on the phone with the attorneys are saying, we can't do nothing for you. Now you got an issue. So you got to make sure that you prepare your customers or your clients the right way so they have the right expectations, right? Yes, we do have attorneys, but everybody don't need the attorneys. And as you're going to hear, I think we'll talk about it a little bit, but is about to change how we do certain things with these clients. So I want everybody to understand when you're selling the membership, don't put so much emphasis on the attorneys because some of these people gonna get their feelings hurt when they talk to the attorney and the attorney say, I can't do nothing for you. Now, hopefully they're gonna stop saying it like that. But I'm just telling you guys, as you prepare your clients, as you talk to your team, you just make sure that they're not putting everything into the attorney's hands. Right now, Chad is doing everything in his power to get all of this stuff changed, and more things are coming down the pipe. But I just want everybody to know, as you may get on the call today, you can kind of brush over the attorney, but don't stay there, right? You want to make sure that these people understand what it is that we do. So I just wanted to kind of add that in there.
Nice. And we definitely needed that. Michelle, yeah, I think Michelle, you got to mute. Should be able to. Michelle, you got your hand up. You can unmute if you want. I logged out. Signed in again. Okay. All right. So I guess chime in if you want. But so setting the right expectation, I think that's everyone wants to make sure that they do that. And hold on, let me make her co-host again. 1 second.
Thank you. Yeah, I was in on my phone, so I came on a different device. I'm sorry.
No
But
problem.
yeah, I was just gonna say too, like our language around it. So one thing that I've been, sharing is like when you're talking about the attorneys to your client, say, they're gonna be looking for actionable items. So just being cognizant of the word choice you use, so people are like just James just said, they're not looking for the attorneys to come in and do everything, but being, intentional with like, they're gonna be looking. So when you first get started, the attorneys are going to be looking for actionable items. What does that mean? They're looking for opportunities where they can use the debt laws to work in your favor. Maybe something that could be sued, maybe something they could challenge immediately, but that sets the expectation for the client to know there's kind of like a phase flow to this. Now, if they don't have any actionable items, you could possibly flow over to our dispute process, but they're going to tell you what your next step is. Just follow their play. They got you, expect a 6-month journey or something like that. So you're setting up the expectation so that we're not disappointing the client when they get on the call, like Jay said. Okay.
Nice.
That's all I had.
Nice. And this is powerful, man, because when we think about where we are in this process, we are still one of the only companies I've ever seen that actually have attorneys that go over the client's credit report. All right. So the other thing that I want to mention is in the future, there's going to be a video and George is going to be laying out 37 plus things that we can literally identify as actionable items, as Michelle Cofer just mentioned. And that video, there's no ETA on it yet, but as soon as that video is released, you're going to have it. And then as your client's going through that video, guess what they're going to say? Hey, Tina, this number 18, I got that. I need the service because I have that on my credit report. So the video will also help sort a lot. But for right now, we're going to be the sorter. We're just asking the right questions and then making sure the client understands the right expectation on the program. And then if you have any questions, just reach out to your mentor. You don't want to say something that you're not sure about, because we know people will follow back up with you and show screenshots because they got the receipts, right? So I wanted to make sure we mention that. Let's go back. Let me go back to my notes really quick. Any questions on that before I move to the next thing? And then we're going to wrap this up. We have great timing, actually. The next thing was vision and then comp plan. Actually, let's do comp plan now. Let me see. Can we get that list of 37? I'll get you the list of 37, Jeff, and we'll get it out. But for right now, we're waiting on the actual video. Some of the things that's in the 37 is already in the presentation. So I will start with those first until we get you that list, and then we'll help you build on that. So good question. Comp plan. Look, Geraldine, what Geraldine? Like comp plan. Well, I'm definitely gonna need Michelle Cofer and James on this. But I'm gonna put my little baby 2 cents in on this. So I'm gonna pass it really to Michelle, but I'm gonna just give you guys this. So when I first saw Debt Cleanse, I didn't see it the way you saw it. Okay, me, my wife Michelle, my daughter Kayla, my son Kevin, we all flew to Chicago. If you're on here and you're part of the Leadership Core, if you can you open up your camera? I know I see some of you don't have your camera on. I want you to think about something. Anytime we have these leadership meetings, if you can, put your camera on. You may not know this, but in the business world, right? It's customary, right? So try to do that. And if you can, that's fine. It's all good. I told a lady just like that. That lady, I was in the last company. I told the lady just the way I told you, she quit the business. I said, for the cat. That's crazy. But thank you. Never come back. But so when we saw this, it wasn't through a Zoom or video, right? No problem. It's okay. If you can't do it, it's fine. No apologies needed. I'm just very transparent. I just, maybe you don't know, and it's cool, but just keep that in mind moving forward. But we flew there, and when I saw it, I met the attorneys. I met George. I met George's wife. I met Tony. I met Chris. I met everybody. And I was so empowered because I was saying to myself, well, how is this going to be different? Right? That was my, that was on the plane ride there. That was in my mind until the meeting was over. That was in my mind. And then I started seeing the total differences between not just this company and other companies I've been a part of, but just the industry. And then I knew we was on to something big. And then I said to myself, am I going to be willing to go through the turbulence for positioning? Because we're all in a great position right now. A year from now, it's going to be some people scratching their head trying to figure out how you did what you did, right? But they wasn't here when you're here right now going through the process. So there were certain things that I wanted to see if we had. And when it came to the comp plan, there are some things before I even got on that plane coming back, I had already told Chat that, hey, can we do this? Hey, can we do that? To the owner, George, hey, can we do it? Now, he has no idea really about a lot of network marketing and how we get paid and that whole thing. So Chat was listening, but the changes didn't happen yet. And I was patient because, we got to let the company build. But this last couple of days, man, Michelle, myself, James, and the other core leaders, we got some great information on the comp plan and how the money's going to be increased and all the little extra nuggets. But I want to share with you this before I pass it to Michelle. We're with all the ways we get paid right now, we are, in my opinion, with the bonuses, the incentive, I think the best company in the industry with the service and the comp plan positioning right now. Now, some of you bet the different because you like, Coach, I need that money right now. And this is where Michelle gonna come in. She gonna come in, I promise you. But long term, if you do it pound for pound, I haven't, it's very aggressive. I haven't seen it. And I know some of you agree with me because you know comp plan. We just got to stay the course. So, Michelle, I would love for you to kind of unmute. Oh, she got her camera on, bonnet and all. All right. No excuses, ladies. I would love for you to kind of share.
Listen, Mr. Johnson over here in my inbox talking about he's screenshotting me. I'm fighting anybody that put a screenshot out of this picture. Listen, so you guys.
I guess share with everybody what are some of the comp plan updates. I think between me and you and James, if you miss anything, we can pick it up.
Okay.
Some of the comp plan updates.
Well, I will definitely say too, echoing something I heard Mr. Johnson say earlier, this is a leadership call. And I think that for many of us, this is our first time being at the top of something, even, looking at your experience in corporate America. Some of you know you've been experienced, you had strong leadership, but I think that when you look at things from the top, your view definitely has to be about the bigger picture, long-term, sustainability. And we have to, as the leaders of this company, look at how can we leverage this company to build wealth. And when you start building wealth, the conversation is around residual. Many of us come from an environment where maybe we made a lot of quick money up front, but also we know that a lot of the people that made quick money are in financial deficits right now because they didn't look at the bigger picture. Looking at debt plans, I can tell you, I know I did this with some of the leaders on my team, and we can all pull together and do this as leaders, but I compared our infinity bonus, just comparing apples to apples, to what it would look like with that same leadership structure if you were a senior vice president in our former company, and the numbers were double. So for example, if a senior vice president was earning a residual guaranteed income, not guaranteed, nothing's guaranteed, but projected about 22.5, that same depth of an organization over here was over $44,000. Am I lying, Tangela? I showed y'all the numbers, Geraldine. So what I want us to know is we got to run through it. We got to hang in here, like Coach just said. Like it's coming, but we gotta build depth. Like once you have about 1,000 some people in your back office and your downline, everything's gonna look a whole lot different, a whole lot sweeter, but it's solid. And I know I love talking to Mr. Evan Rose because he always talks about like longevity and network marketing. It's solid residual. That's what you live for. But a couple of the changes, one is, one thing about the good news is that we do have ACH launching. It actually launched yesterday. Okay. So Geraldine went into a praise. ACH launched, so we don't have to worry about the delays with interchecks. But again, of course, we appreciate everybody's patience with that. And like Coach said earlier, this stuff was in place before check got here. So debt cleanse was running from interchecks and things like that. So these were things that were already here, but he's hearing the leaders and making aggressive moves very fast. So ACH is here. If you haven't gotten a call, you should have gotten one on yesterday. Make sure you communicate downline. Also an email to change your routing number and all of that, so you make sure you get paid. In regards to comp plan, Apostle had proposed something that really Chet jumped on right away. So we're used to, previously and in other companies getting paid on a weekly basis on some of our, some of you, Mr. Johnson in my inbox, you want to share, James?
Yeah, so just real quick, because I got a call this morning from one of my advocates talking about I got paid $20 more. So I want everybody to know that some of you are going to get paid $20 more because Chet was looking out because of doing the wire transfer. He didn't know if you guys would actually incur a fee. So to cover that fee, he paid $20 more. So again, that's just Chet looking out for the company and looking out for a lot of people. So that's why you will see that $20 overage. Be happy about it. If you don't have a fee, you just got $20 more. So y'all make sure y'all say thank you to Chet for that.
Just say happy birthday early. But yeah,
Yeah.
so that's again, just speaking to, the sentiments of him as a leader. Some of you guys don't know him, but he really is a person for his people. Like, he's going to ride for the best of the best for everybody. So, yep, good point, James. Thank you for pointing that out. And even to that tune, the commission. So, how I want to say this. So some companies are used to like getting your weekly commissions. Right now, we get like everything balled up in a bonus. So going forward, let's say if your residual for that week, the spectrum is what, 12 to 24. Let's just say you're at the $12 level. That will be paid out on a week of that person enrolling instead of that being a monthly bonus. So you'll start to see some income generating on a weekly basis. Because I know, it can feel depleting to know you worked hard all week and then you see nothing in your bank account. So you'll be able to see some of that commission on a weekly basis. I'm trying to read my scribble scratch. We're going to be looking at doing a roll-up bonus. So the roll-up bonus is kind of like a differential. So like if I'm at one title and you're at one title, but you're in my downline and enroll somebody, the roll-up would be the difference between your pay and my pay. So that is something that is proposed on the table, and we're looking to see that come as another way to enhance our income. So this will benefit you to be working and building your business, because as people are working, you get to grab that gap in there. Kevin, I'm trying to look at my notes from that meeting. I got the roll up. What's this double pay? What's this? Oh, that was regarding, go ahead. You want to touch the double pay? Yeah, so some people, the way the last commission had run with Intercheck, some people had missed their pay mark. And so some of those people whose check wouldn't run, it was low commission. So some of you may have saw the $20 extra in your check, but some of you may have seen your check double. So if they had missed your commission previously, he made up for that by kind of giving you a little bit of extra cushion. So again, just gave you an extra few bucks just to say, like, we're sorry that this happened. I'm looking over my notes
in the ACH, just so you guys know, that's going to be launching January 16th, MLK Day. So you just think about the significance of how powerful that is. And obviously everybody got paid, everybody gonna get paid. But I love that ACH. It takes away a lot of confusion and headache. And we all experienced that during Christmas, the delay, right? Because of the holidays in the bank and all this craziness. So what I would love to do, if you don't mind, I want to show them. So I created some numbers visually on the roll up, and I wanted to see what everybody thought about it. No, the roll up is effective now. Yes, the roll up is active.
Yeah, I just wanted to make sure, because my wife is texting me like crazy because I said it's now. So, but no,
it's right now.
It is in effect now, y'all. So next paycheck, y'all should see a difference, and we're excited about that. But Coach Kev, before you go forward with the numbers, I just wanted to make sure I add this. I know a lot of people on the line right now have UWE breath, right? Can y'all please get that out of y'all system? This is not UWE. You cannot compare a 18, 19-year-old company to a 4-month company. It just don't make any sense. So please, please, please stop comparing UWE to Declan's. It's not the same. It's just not, right? So now we are working hard, and listen to me. Just because y'all don't see or hear us, believe me, we go on that chat every day, because we understand network marketing, and we understand that we want this compensation plan. But if you guys understand business, you have a startup versus a company that's been around forever. There's no way the startup is going to compete with the company that's been around for 18 years. It's not at first. But you know, I remember Michelle hit me up a couple of days ago and she was like, James, do you know the numbers? And I was like, no, because I'm just not that analytical, right? But she broke it down. I was like, whoa, right? So you guys got to stay patient and understand that we're building. And so what I want all the leaders to understand is when your downline or your teammates come to you, always keep it positive and make sure you're projecting the right vision on what we're doing, right? There's no way a company that it costs $179 to get into is going to compete with another company that charges $299. It just doesn't make mathematical sense. But Chad is making some changes in the comp plan, and we're getting ready to get more money. So, guys, just stay patient and keep working, keep doing what you're doing. But please, please, please stop comparing UWE to Decklands. All right, I'm done with my tangent. I'm sorry.
I had that UWE breath since I probably, man, when I got off the plane, I think I was almost done. By the time I got in the house, it was completely gone. And then, you know, I was working with a lot of people, and then they had the breath. So everybody had to get some nice chewing gum. Let me go ahead and let me show you all the numbers real quick. So men lie, women lie, numbers don't. So I want you to look at this and just think about this. Now, this is for the builders. Okay, so these numbers. Now, I went all the way up, but remember the titles, right? And look, I sent this to him, right? Wait, first of all, can y'all see my screen? Somebody let me know. Let me know if y'all can see it on the screen. Advocates, the numbers. Michelle, you can see my screen? You got unmute, I think.
Yeah, we can see it.
Okay, just making sure. All right. So we know the income, you know, on the comp plan goes from $40 to $83. So I want you to think about it like this. At every title, that amount needs to be paid out. Okay, so just think about it. Okay, so let's say, for instance, you are let's say, for instance, you are a senior advocate. Okay, and you sign up a advocate, and then that advocate goes and signs up, let's just say 10 people. I'm just giving an example. 10 people. Now, all those 10 people that the advocate signed up, right, they're all going to be advocates. So they may be at the same title until it updates. Okay, so let's say, for instance, those 10 people signed up and you're senior advocate. If you subtract, right, the 40 from the 52, which is your title, that's $12. So then what you would do is times that $12 by 10. Okay, and it may be a little confusing, but I want you to just think about that. Now, just imagine 5 people in your team 1 do that, 5 people in your team 2 do that, 5 people in your team 3 do that. Before you know it, you got 15 new people added to your organization, and you times that 15 by $12, $13, $22. Look at the difference. I want to show you right now. So let's say, for instance, you're that senior advocate right here that I mentioned, right? And you bring that person in. They bring on 10 people. The difference between your title and their title is $12. So you just times that 12 by 10, that's 120. What happens if it's by 15? That's 180. What happens if it's 25? That's 300. And you get paid that out the following week. You don't have to wait for the month for that to be over. That makes sense? You don't have to wait the entire month for that to be over. Now, I want you to understand, here's why you need to get to director. Let's say you're a director. I'm giving you the same scenario. You're a director, you bring on an advocate. Myself, James, Michelle Kofer, Apostle. So when you think about, we're directors, okay? So you will be a director, but just break this number down. Let's say, for instance, you're a director at 62, and you bring on a brand new advocate. So from my title, or from the director's title to the brand new advocate title, it's $22. The same 10 people, that's 200. Look how crazy the number. 25 people join your organization. You're going to get paid the following week, you know, give or take, I'm sure taxes and all that, $550. Imagine you getting that on roll-up overrides, okay? And actually, it can be more, because just imagine, right? You have because remember now, let's say you're a director, but then you have Geraldine, who's a national advocate, right? And then she signs up 5 people. She's gonna get the roll-up difference between advocate, right, to national advocate. And then Michelle would get the difference between national advocate to director. Okay. And then of course it rolls up and it rolls up. We have nobody at the top of the company. So, you know, all that money goes to the company, the rest of that money. So what we need to do is get to the top of the company. And I love these roll-ups because, again, we don't have to wait the entire month to get this bonus, and you will be rewarded for going in depth. Any network marketers or builders, we know we got to go in depth. We got to build deep. We're always looking for leaders, layers. I'm going to email this over to you, Michelle, as well as James, so you guys can send it out to your team. But I wanted everybody to just see these numbers, and I'm being very honest. This is just this number. It's bigger. There's some people that signed up, at least 20-something people in 2 weeks. So I'm just giving you very, very modest numbers, but it builds as you build. So if I had to tell you again, what's a good target title you want to get to? I'm always going to tell people senior director. I've been telling people that before I even got there. But director needs to be your first main leadership pit stop, because between this bonus, I think we got something else coming down the pipeline with the accelerator. So we're going to wait to see what Chet does with that. So hopefully that gets knocked out. Between what Apostle mentioned in reference to the residual being broken up on a weekly basis, guys, it's a lot of opportunity that's going to be happening, but we got to not allow just anything to throw us off where we're going to be. So any questions about this? I just wanted to, let me see if I can have anybody unmute. Any questions about the roll up? If it makes sense, put "makes sense" in the chat. Oh, that's a good question. Michelle and James, is the roll up for members? I think that's for advocates, right? Or is it members or customers?
No,
I
it's
thought he
just a
said
different.
he said both.
Both. Oh, what?
Really?
Bro, look, that's embarrassing. That's
Come
crazy.
on.
That's
For
crazy.
Yeah, he said
For
both.
both?
Yeah.
Oh, listen here.
Hey, if y'all notice, it says all advocates. I didn't even put member because all right, I'm all right, James. Hey, James, you know this recorded, so we're gonna blame it all on
So
you.
that's for, so that if they enroll a customer, we will still get the differential between our title and theirs for that customer enrollment, James.
That's what he said. But we'll
Oh,
confirm.
baby.
I'll text him and we'll confirm. But that's what he said.
Oh, that's crazy. Well, if that's the
Listen
case,
here.
these numbers don't even, these are baby numbers then, guys.
Yeah.
These baby numbers. So yeah, somebody Tina said the visual helps. Yeah. See, I did this pound for pound, like line for line, literally one late night. And I'm like, man, he gotta look at these numbers, man. I don't know if you know about these numbers. So it looks like it makes sense to everybody. Everybody says it makes sense. Everybody says it makes sense. Jeff asked a great question. He said, his sidebar, he said, are there any tools, are there any services that we're going to have to help with retention? And I just want to let you guys know, Chet right now is working on financial literacy course. Also, a app that Michelle uses and she's very aware of called Hurdle. And it kind of helps with tracking and it's great for tax preparation. It's actually great to have as an entrepreneur because you can literally track your miles. I actually let Michelle kind of delve a little deep into that, but there will be tools that Chet is going to be adding besides the financial literacy course, besides the Hurdle. He's also going to be adding a budgeting tool. And that again will be baked in to the actual membership. Now, I want to give y'all a disclaimer. Now, and I've said this a million times on my meetings, if the company do decide to increase the price, they're not going to increase it a lot. But if they do, just know that means there's more money for you. Just keep that in mind. Michelle, can you kind of delve in a little bit, because you kind of know that way more than I do, for sure, about that Hurdle app and how that'll help us you know, as entrepreneurs and business professionals?
Yeah, so some of us are familiar. We had it at the last company, but a lot of people didn't really take advantage of it. But guys, the Hurdler app, and I can tell you it's good because I'm a tax pro. So a lot of people are used to as business owners using QuickBooks. I think this is way simpler, it's way more efficient, but it's a little green app, and we'll do some extensive training when we roll it out. But people are able, our prospects who are entrepreneurs and even our teams are able to track all of their business expenses for the entire year. So one area where a lot of people specifically lose money or leave money on the table is because they don't claim mileage, because the IRS says you have to have documentation. Well, this can link to your car. Every time your car is moving, whether you're in a rental or your personal car, it's going to track that mileage and give the geographical stamp so that money can monetize. And I was just showing Coach like the other day. So let's say we're in a new year. So my 2023 has already started. But last year, just in mileage alone, I got 13,945 in deductions just for being in my vehicle. So every time you're moving, you're tracking that. You can also link it to credit cards that are being used for business purposes. Every time you swipe that card, it's going to ask you. Tammy says she's using it. I love this app. So I've been using it probably a year and a half. Whenever UWE rolled it out, I picked it up. But and I still continue to have it. But let's say when that card is swiped, you're able to quickly say this is personal or business, and at the end of the year, it's going to provide you know, a cumulative report that you could use to provide to your tax provider. So this will be really good for keeping our clients who are entrepreneurs on board, and then all of the other stuff too, like that Kev just mentioned, by way of retention, adding these other wealth building tools. Like, and the thing about it, this ain't like some little rinky dink hit or miss course. Like, this is built out, like extensive, get you right from A to B kind of mindset all the way to the practical pieces of wealth building, and people are able to get that for $3 a day. So I think too, like longevity wise, is changing up our demographic. We market to the same people like that we've always marketed to. So looking at people who may be a little bit different demographic than yours. Some people will invest in stuff like that for years, knowing, oh, I got a wealth tool. So they get into that subscription mindset because they're big on wealth building. So definitely, you know, think about the fact that we got something brewing here that's going to help us all over time, not just with our income, but it's going to help us be more serious with our money and our money mindset.
Wow.
Back to you, Coach.
Man, thank you. That was, and that's the thing, man. We're a part of something that's so amazing, and there's so many things that's coming down the pipeline. We all just gotta just stay the course, believe. I was telling Michelle this, I truly believe that God did not bring us this far to leave us like this, bruh. I done been through a lot of my life. I can't believe he gonna leave us like this on a raft. So I'm gonna continue to stay prayed up and focused. There's a lot of great things that's happening. I'm hearing a lot of great feedback from clients, along with obviously challenges. Maybe somebody missed their call, maybe attorney missed them, or maybe something like that is happening and they're getting out of that. But I'm excited and where it's about to go, because you can offer all the money in the world. We got to make sure the services is buttoned up. We got to make sure the attorney's on point. We got to make sure customer service is on point. And we need you to be patient with the process. Now, ladies, don't get mad at what I'm about to say. I didn't see Jardine. This is strictly for the ladies. Help us men have patience, because I know y'all already got it built in y'all. Right, all the mothers, right? So we got to make sure we're having patience with this process, because this we are going through some growing pains, and it's good things. Like I said before, they were used to 10, 15 people. Hundreds are coming in all at the same time, and that's a good thing because it's growing. One tip, because I got a message from a client yesterday, and I want to let everybody know. The lady was like, "Well, how can I see my dispute letters?" And she sent an entire arsenal in a paragraph to corporate, and they just said, you know, you could check your dispute hub. So I want you to know, as an advocate, go in the back office, check your dispute hub, check certain things, because it was a advocate's customer that reached out to me. It wasn't even my customer. But my point is, I really wish they would have known to just tell them that instead of them sending a long email bogging out the entire system. So we're working on a demo account for that back office so we can just log into the dispute hub and show people how it works, even while we're launching them. I think that would be a great thing. And then the last thing I want to mention, or I would love for us to talk about, in which we've been baking it in this whole time, is just vision, where we're going to be, where we're going to go with this company. And this is a collective thing. And I would love for, of course, James, if you can, and Michelle to kind of chime in on this vision. And I just want to share with y'all what I see, today. And I'm not going to get emotional, but I got to always keep it 100, so today's my birthday. Most people don't know this, but I usually never focus on my birthday. I'll focus more on your birthday than mine. If Geraldine had a birthday and I was there, I'm bringing chicken wings, Long Island iced tea, cookies. I'm celebrating her. Boy, we about to turn up on your birthday. But when it's my birthday, I'm usually like, I'm just chill. Let me just chill. And between the calls, the text messages, the messages, it hit different today. This last year, I truly believe, for myself and my wife and my family, it was a very interesting year. I'm going to just say interesting, very interesting. And for us to be where we are right now and still see daylight and have breath, moving forward, every single birthday I'm celebrating. I'm celebrating life. There's some people that didn't make it. There's some marriages that didn't make it. I'm going to say that again. Some people didn't make it. Marriages didn't make it. Finances didn't make it. And we're here. And I appreciate this birthday even more because I just made a commitment to continue to live, right? I go hard every day, all day, but I'll go hard for you too. And I just feel that when I have my birthday moving forward, I'm just going to continue to enjoy it because tomorrow's not promised. I told somebody today, I was like, I'm grateful God let me see another birthday. Bruh, you got people, you got people like, it was a lot of funerals this past year, what I'm saying. So people are dropping like flies, and I'm just very grateful to see another day, man. So what I see with this company is I see growth, I see opportunity. I see a way for us all to not only have the money that we need, but we'll be able to create a lifestyle and give to the community. I have a huge heart. One of the things I put on my vision board is I want to mentor over 100,000 kids in the Boys and Girls Club and the Police Athletic League. Now, I'm not talking about just mentor them. I'm talking about when they have prom, I want to sponsor the whole team, pay for everything. I'm talking about when the girls, who single moms and they got daughters, I'm paying for all y'all dress. You don't got to worry about none of that, right? I'm talking about, at-risk youth who, they don't have any shoes or their parents going through financial issue. I'm covering your kids' shoes and their school clothes for the next 10 years. Don't worry about none of that. Well, let me not say 10, maybe 5, right? They gonna wear Jordans on me. But these are the things that I see that we all will be able to do with the income that's coming our way. And it's so big in what we'll be able to do because the impact that we got to make is so much more bigger than money. People are going to see what we're doing. And by default, they're going to say, well, I'll sign up whatever you're doing because I see what you're doing in the community. I see how much you are helping people. I see how big your heart is. I see what you're doing for society. And then along with what Debt Cleanse has with the real estate investment side, guys, I'm telling you, look, I know James said, get that UWE breath out. If you don't know anything about what's about to happen with this real estate, if you don't have that UWE breath out, you're going to miss the boat. Because George Newberry is a certified investor, and he's purchased over 10,000 mortgages. And they have ways where they can put 75% down for you because you're an advocate in this company. Are you kidding me? So on that real estate side, we're going to get the money, but I feel like one of the things that we were missing on what to do with the money, how to budget the money, how to manage the money. I see with this company, it's going to be the complete, I don't even know what it called, a complete business plan to take you wherever you are. And we're all starting at different paces to wherever you want to be. You just got to dream it and you got to work it. So I envision Debt Cleanse being a household name. I see Debt Cleanse being at basketball arenas. I see Debt Cleanse on football field logo. I see Debt Cleanse on commercials. Like it's a very clean logo and name. We're just going to be the conduits and the leaders that's going to be help pushing the vision. And while we're pushing the Debt Cleanse vision, you're allowing God and the system and your teammates to help you bring your vision to life. So I don't want to take too much time on what I see. I would love to pass it to Miss Michelle Kofer, and then we'll pass it to Mr. James to kind of close it out.
So just to kind of echo those sentiments, what I wrote on my Facebook the other day, I said it's 2025 and I'm starting the new year in 2025, being able to say I'm blessing 25 families with $2,025. And, you know, that may not seem like a lot, but I'm already seeing myself in position to just say, you know what, I'm able to bless you. I'm able to bless you. And I know that this is going to be a platform that enables us to do it. So if you've never, and I'm going back to what I said earlier, if you've never seen yourself as a leader, this is the time to submerge yourself into leadership learning, get out there and, invest in personal development because you are the top. It's 25 people on this line right now. You all will be founders of this company, like point blank, period. So everything you do is leading you to a higher level of leadership. And as such, you got to see further. You can't get caught in negativity. You can't respond to it. You can't speak stuff that's cancerous to your organization. You got to align with the vision of the company. And as a leader, go in that direction. You won't know it all, but if you have foresight, I call it visual acuity. If you have the ability to see way ahead, like Kevin is talking about billboards and arenas, you have the ability to see way ahead, you'll keep moving in the direction of that vision as a leader. Now, some of us may be on here, but maybe we're not true leaders and maybe we don't want to be, I don't know, but we all are sitting in $1 million positions. You may not realize that because you don't see it. You don't see the commas yet, but these are $1 million seats because you think about how many ever people we got right now. Imagine when there are 10,000, 15,000 people that are advocates in the company, not counting even the customers. So you are in a $1 million seat. Take advantage of that by doing everything you can to invest in your mindset and growth as a leader. I'm sure all of us, get with your mentor, they could give you some suggested reads because this is it, y'all, but we got to govern ourselves, how we think about the process, how we can't complain to each other. Like, listen, you got something that don't feel right, don't go across, don't go down, go up, take that up. And as a leader, you're resolution focused. So you're figuring out it ain't right, but how can we make it better? All right. So James, I'll drop it over to you.
Yes, ma'am. And I'm looking at the time. I know the 12 o'clock training is about to get started. And so I don't have much to say, you guys. Just listen. As leaders, we understand that we have to stay positive. We have to stay focused, and we just got to build. The way I'm looking at Debt Cleanse as I was listening to Coach and Ms. Kofer talk is it's like a blueprint, right? When you first decide to build a house, you got to first think about or conceptualize the vision of the house, and then you put it on paper. And then after you put it on paper, you go build it. But in those processes, there's going to always be something that pop up, and it's okay. We just got to know that the blueprint has already been put down, and all we have to do is execute that blueprint and make it happen. And that's what's getting ready to happen. We're talking about 4 months, y'all. 4 months we've been in business with Debt Cleanse. People are acting like we've been in business for years and the company has been doing what it's been doing for years. It's been 4 months, right? So this understand where we are and understand that focus, consistency, persistency will get this company to where it has to be or where it's going to be, and we're going to all be benefiting from that. So just stay encouraged, y'all. You know, let's do what we got to do to make things happen. Let's go tell the world about Deck Cleanse so we continue to build this company. Coach, I'll turn it back over to you.
Wow. There's nothing else to say. And just so you know, this is what togetherness look like. You guys just had this three-headed monster give you everything you need to go out to attack. We're very real. We keep it 100. We give you the updates. And I know we're going to get some calls and texts right after this, but we are committed. And there's unity in this. And we love everyone that does things seen and unseen to build your business. And not only don't compare to the other company, but don't compare yourself to nobody else. Everybody's in different spaces, different times. You just keep pushing. You keep praying, you keep producing, and you keep moving, because this is so much more bigger than all of us. And there's no egos. There's no pride. There's none of that here. There's none of that here. It's just equal opportunity, and we're all pushing together, man. So we got this 12 o'clock, Tina and Geraldine. Look at Geraldine. Geraldine, you ready? She been doing, okay, she good. Hey, y'all can't tell me y'all ain't seen Geraldine get ready this last hour, bruh, right? So y'all show up, right? So let's get on this 12 o'clock. Let's get our teams. We love you guys. Let's go, let's grow. Thank you, Michelle. Thank you, James. Thank you, everybody.
Thank you. Happy birthday.
Thank you. Oh.